gospel of Jesus Christ had an impact on Gentiles when they accept what the Jews had rejected.
Yes.
Or I want you to read in your spare time Romans chapter 11, how they were cut off that we were grafted in.
Yes.
Paul says that if you think because they were cut off and we were grafted in, how much more the world is going to be blessed when the veil is off their face and when they see the Messiah as their own.
Yes.
The world will truly be blessed.
Yes, sir.
Amen. When the Jews fully come back to the Lord.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Titus the Gentile, acceptance of the gospel message was vital to the outreach of Paul. Titus was with Paul and Barnabas at Antioch, where the believers was first called Christians. That was a cursed name at that time, much like people use names today to curse one another. Christ's followers of that day was told that if they accept Jesus Christ, the one who died on Calvary, that it would make a change in their hearts. Paul refused to treat Titus as a Jew and refused to circumcise him. That is, the gospel of Christ freed Gentiles from the requirements of the 613 laws of Moses. There were only 2 laws that Jesus said we are accountable to, and that is love God with all your heart.
Yes.
Love God with all your mind. Love God with all your strength.
Yes.
And love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. You want to see the 613 laws? Look on the west wall of the Welcome Center. They're listed by order. They are heavy laws. They couldn't keep them in the wilderness. That's why Jesus had to come. Apostle John explained why in John chapter 1, verse 16 and 17. He said, the fullness of Christ all have received, and grace for grace. For the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth was given by Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Bodyguard's mantle fell on Titus after Paul had brought him into the fold. And he became a bodyguard to the Gentile church. He willingly accompanied Paul, even though he was an outsider of the commonwealth of Israel. Paul appointed him to the Greek city and the church with Ephesus, home of the Greek goddess Diana. He was there with Paul. And the Greek church of Corinth, he was there with Paul. Paul asked him to collect money for the Jews of the church